Why?
Because it's episode 2, John Wayne Gacy, bitch.
I won't do it. I'm sorry.
Uncanny. Welcome back to the Ghosty Girls podcast. I'm Christina.
I'm Alicia, and this is Khaleesi. Say hi.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We couldn't start episode 2 without that clip again.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
My dog is not very happy that we played that clip.
Did you love it? Agree. It's terrible, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so we are back with part 2 of John Wayne Gacy.
Well,
If my dog will take a break from...
Leave her alone. That's my girl. Yeah.
Sorry, what were you going to say?
That Khaleesi.
She's not even going to let you talk today.
Khaleesi is a sweet baby angel that might have to go outside and poop.
Oh my God.
Time out. She has to poop.
All right, so this is future Christina and Alicia. If it sounds like I'm annoyed, it's because I'm annoyed.
Just a little, she is.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you why. So, you know how we had issues with the recording of John Wayne Gacy episode number 1?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we also had them with episode number 2. Everything was totally fine until we got 35 minutes in, and then all of a sudden, it was just my mic, and it was all static and like hissing.
Mm-hmm.
And what did it sound like? What did you say?
It sounded like you were talking and eating a piece of fried chicken.
Yeah. And you know what? And that's really ironic because I have said before that this podcast series is cursed.
Mm-hmm.
It's cursed audio.
Probably.
Listen at your own discretion at this point.
Yeah, good luck. Godspeed.
But she was like, it sounds like you're eating fried chicken.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know what? That's John Wayne Gacy.
Yep.
That's the spirit of John Wayne Gacy.
Fuck that guy.
And exactly when I started talking like mad shit on him is when my voice started sounding all distorted. It was really fucking weird. I'm not saying it's paranormal, but I'm also kind of saying it's paranormal.
He was putting fried chicken in your mouth.
That's disgusting.
Ew.
But
Ghost fried chicken. Eat this, bitch.
Ghost pepper. But I couldn't leave the audio like that. I tried for hours to fix the audio.
I bought new microphones.
It was literally unfixable. So we're going to have to re-record the final, 15 minutes?
Which is fine.
So yeah, I just want to put this little blurb in the beginning because if it sounds a little different towards the end, that's why, because we're recording on 2 different days, because I could not do that to you guys. It sounded like shit, and I have more respect for my listeners. Okay? Thank you and goodbye.
I almost said, I could have. You guys would have dealt.
All right, so back to our program.
15 minutes later.
So yeah, welcome back to John Wayne Gacy part 2. Part 1 wasn't that bad. I mean, we didn't get into his murder yet. Okay, this one we will be. So it's gonna be a little worse.
Okay.
We're gradually accumulating into the nastiness.
Okay.
Okay.
I hate it. Thank you.
This will touch on it. It's gonna, it's just the tip,
Ugh.
if you will. And then part 3 is gonna be real
Full shaft.
Yeah, full shaft. And then probably a part 4. Not even gonna lie, because the investigation and all that stuff was a lot.
It's a lot.
And, the aftermath, and then I want to play some clips, because if I have to listen to his creepy, fucked up voice, then you guys should as well.
Yeah, it's fair.
So, yeah. But, here we go. So last week we left off with John being released from prison and moving back to Chicago to live with his mother per the terms of his parole.
And he was only how old?
29.
Fuck this. Okay.
That fucks me up every time.
I
looking at his mugshot after he was arrested in 1978. I swear he looks like a hard 48.
Yeah. He really does.
Yeah. It's crazy. He was in his early 30s when he was arrested for the murders.
Nope.
Is that not crazy?
That is nuts. I mean, he lived a hard life, I guess.
Not early 30s. So in 71, he was 29. He was arrested for the murders in 78. So late 30s. But still, I feel like he still looks like a hard 48.
I mean, I'm almost mid-40s, and I don't feel like I look as beat up as he did.
No.
Not that I should talk shit on other people's looks, God bless them, but...
It's John Wayne Gacy. You can talk about his looks. And in this one, I'm going to throw some zingers in because, like, listen, I've said this before. I do not go after people's looks usually because it's too easy and I like a challenge. But with John Wayne Gacy, all bets are off.
That's fair. Because
he's disgusting. We're allowed to talk about his looks and how gross he is.
Good.
Okay?
All right. Let's do this.
Yeah, the rules don't apply to him. So, yeah, I just said that he was released in 71. Sorry about that. I jumped ahead a little bit. He was released in 1970. So this brings us up to the summer of 1970. John's 29 years old. To an outsider, it would seem that John was turning a new leaf. He quickly got a job at a restaurant/lounge called Bruno's.
Ooh.
Yeah, and since he had a lot of experience in the food industry from both managing a KFC and also managing the kitchen in the Anamosa State Penitentiary, he did really well. He was good at his job. And say what you might about John Wayne Gacy, and he did have a lot of negative attributes, I mean, obviously, but laziness was not one of them. Everyone that knew John said that he was a very, very hard worker that would work long hours and go above and beyond. So yeah, he was a total piece of shit, but he did at least have a good work ethic.
That's actually surprising, I feel like.
Yeah, and I don't know if that was like maybe because it was part of his cover. I don't know if he tried to work really hard to look like an upstanding citizen or if that maybe just was his personality. Who fucking knows?
I don't know.
And with him, he did a lot to look like he was an upstanding citizen. I mean, he went out of his way to seem like a good guy.
Yeah. Was he still a member of the JCs at this point?
Yes.
Damn it.
Yep. And remember, they he like created a prison chapter of the JCs and recruited people while he was in prison. So he was still very active in that. Yep.
The jail one? The one at prison?
Mm-hmm.
He would go back?
I don't know. I don't think he would go back to that one.
Oh, okay.
That was in prison, but...
All right. I was thinking he was like the leader of the prison JCs and like would go back and have meetings and
shit. Probably not. I don't think. John was able to fly under the radar for 8 months after being released from prison, but as we all know, you cannot rehabilitate a sex offender.
Mm-hmm.
Say it with me now. You cannot rehabilitate a sex offender. They are who they are. Thank you and goodbye. I'm all for rehabilitation for prisoners.
Sex offenders?
Sex offenders, no. It is who they are.
Electric chair.
So 8 months after being released from prison, February 12, 1971, a young boy goes to the police to report that he had been sexually assaulted by none other than John Wayne Gacy.
Great.
And according to the boy, John had attempted to force him into having sex with him after picking him up at a bus stop, which had been one of John's new favorite stomping grounds. He liked to get in his car and hang out there at night and stalk young boys that were waiting for the bus.
Okay.
So John Wayne Gacy is then arrested for assault. Again, less than a fucking year after being paroled, after serving 18 months on a 10 fucking year prison sentence. I'm going to keep saying that because it does. 18 months on a 10-year prison sentence.
Yeah, that's a problem.
And now here we are again. Make it make fucking sense, okay?
It won't.
John, being the smooth talker that he is, told police that he was just being a nice guy and he had seen the boy hitchhiking. He picked him up and then the boy, quote unquote, propositioned him. And John was like, hey, I'm not gay, and swiftly kicked him out of the car. Sure. Yeah. So the court date comes, the boy fails to show, and all charges are dropped against John.
Fuck.
And the Iowa Parole Board was left completely in the dark about these new charges. Had they been aware, John, without a doubt, would have had his chonky ass thrown right back in prison.
Oh, because he's in Chicago now.
Yep.
Fuck.
And this was in the 70s. I mean, we don't have the systems in place that we do now.
Yeah.
But as we see with so many serial killers in the 70s and 80s, they very often were able to fall through the cracks, which is why they accumulated so many victims. Yet another example of this happened just 4 months after the previous assault, when John was arrested again for aggravated sexual battery in June of 1971. And this one was a little different because John dressed up as a police officer, complete with a fake badge, and he got the boy into his car and then sexually assaulted him. So now we have another element to this. John is now impersonating police officers to commit his assaults, which is fucking scary.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, John could not be stopped this time either, because before the case could go to court, it was proven that the boy was attempting to apparently blackmail John, so the state dropped all charges against him. And again, the Iowa Parole Board was never notified. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but what the fuck?
Even though they did not have the same systems that we do today, I feel like there should still be a red flag on his name. Right? Because they sent him back.
I mean, one would think.
Fuck's sake.
One would think.
One would think. You're right.
Despite getting into even more trouble with the law in 1971, John was not only able to start his own construction business called PDM Contractors, but he was actually able to get a girlfriend during this time period.
What?
Yeah, a woman named Carol Hoff, who was a divorced single mother of 2 girls. And he met Carol through his sister.
Okay.
Now, some sources said that John and Carol had actually briefly dated in high school, but they reconnected through his sister, and Carol was immediately attracted to John's work ethic. And that's because, I mean, she was a single mom looking for a man to take care of her and her kids.
Yeah.
Here comes John. I mean, I'm not judging, but it is what it is. I'm sure she saw an opportunity back in the 70s. It was not common to be divorced. So, I mean, I hate to say this, but it is what it is. Women were usually seen as like damaged goods if they were divorced and had children. So, I mean, your options were a little limited. So she saw John. He talked a big game. He was very grandiose, you know, and she probably saw it as her way out. Not blaming her. It is what it is.
She said she was attracted to his work ethic. Strictly his work ethic.
That's like the main thing that she said. She was very attracted to his work ethic. So, I mean, take from that what you will.
Oh, I took what I will.
And I get it. Get that bag, girl. But unfortunately, this was not a good choice.
Yeah, do what you got to do except date
that.
serial killers.
Yeah. And John also benefited from this relationship because he needed a cover, right? And Carol and her kids were the perfect one. You know, now you could act like this doting husband and dad, and he fell right into the family life again. John ended up proposing marriage to Carol pretty much immediately after they began dating, and she accepted.
Call the red flag guy.
Yeah, call the red tarp guy.
Yes. Yep.
Because there's a reason why people want to push a marriage, because they don't, they want to lock it down before you can see who they really are.
Yep.
Okay. And, you know, with John having this locked down, he was able to fly even more under the radar, which eventually escalated to his first murder. On the night of January 2nd, 1972, John was out prowling the bus stops again.
Prowling the bus stops.
He was prowling.
Listen.
And came across 16-year-old Timothy McCoy, who had been waiting for the bus to return home after visiting family for the holidays. Now, John's mother was actually spending the night out, and the Gacy house sat completely empty because John and his mom had bought a house together, and they were living together at this point. That was one of the conditions of his parole. He had to live with his mom. Now, John insists that this murder was not premeditated and that it was just an accident. But I personally feel like the fact that John went out driving, looking around for boys on the very night that he knew his mother wouldn't be home for the night, I feel like that kind of speaks for itself. Right?
100%.
But what do I know? I'm just some bitch.
Some bitch.
So John offers to take the boy out sightseeing and then invites him back to his house for drinks. According to John, he and the boy had consensual sex. And I'm just going to take a moment to pause to highlight the fact that sex with an underage child is never consensual. Thank you and goodbye.
I'm just over here shaking my head. I can't.
Yeah, for him to say that it was consensual, but children can't consent. The fuck?
Stupid asshole.
John said that after this consensual act, which I'm like rolling my eyes to the fucking high heavens. So after this, John goes back to his bedroom. The boy stays in the spare bedroom, and both of them go to sleep. John then says that he awoke in the morning to find Timothy McCoy standing in his doorway of the bedroom holding a knife. John then allegedly freaked out, wrestled the knife out of the boy's hand, and then stabbed him repeatedly until he was dead.
Sure, that's how it happened.
Because he thought that Timothy was trying to kill him. John, and this is according to him, then goes out to the kitchen to see bacon and eggs on the table and realized that the boy had merely been making him breakfast, and that's why he had been standing there wielding a kitchen knife.
Stop.
I'm going to go ahead and call bullshit on this one. Call me crazy, but I highly fucking doubt that this 16-year-old boy was playing house with this fucking rotisserie chicken-shaped fuck of a man. And then woke up early in the morning in some random dude's fucking house to make him breakfast.
See, I was going to have a rotisserie chicken for dinner, and now I can't. Thank you for that.
John Wayne Gacy is a rotisserie-shaped fuck.
That's fair. That's fair.
You can't even argue with me about it.
No.
Look up a picture of him. Tell me tell me he's not shaped like a rotisserie chicken.
I think
I'll wait.
Shaped like a rotisserie / a ham. A non-sliced, non-cut ham.
He's a portly lad.
Portly is a kind word for that man.
It's too kind.
Agreed. Let's go with rotisserie chicken, and continue. I apologize.
But John insists that this is what happened and that he did not intend on killing the boy. However, John did later admit to police that the sounds of the boy dying and gurgling on his own blood triggered him to have a massive orgasm. So there's that.
Great.
Yeah. And in John's words, that showed him that murder was the ultimate thrill. And once you fuse sex and violence,
there's no unfusing.
It's a done deal. It's a done deal. Once your brain is wired that way, it's wired that way. It's not an easy thing to overcome. Later that summer, right before his wedding, John is again arrested after a young boy reports to police that a man, later identified as John Wayne Gacy, lured him into his car posing as a fake police officer and brandishing a fake badge. And then he forces the boy to perform oral sex on him.
Again. Okay.
And for whatever reason, these charges were also dropped, and the Iowa Parole Board was again never fucking notified.
No.
And because of this, John's fiancée Carol never even had a clue that her soon-to-be husband raped a teenage boy just 9 days before she was set to marry him.
How could she not know? Oh my God, I can't.
How this sloppy, hot dog smelling motherfucker was able to dodge all of these fucking charges, I will never fucking know.
Because he looks like a delicious rotisserie chicken.
Blech. Sorry, I keep saying fuck, but John Wayne Gacy just really angers me. So I feel like it's warranted.
It's always warranted with the people that we talk about.
He just pisses me the fuck off.
Same, girl. Same.
And it just gets fucking worse.
I just want to punch him in his stupid, fugly face.
He's just, you know what he looks like? He looks like a bloated corpse that's been, like, left in the water for, like, 12 fucking days.
He looks like a bowling ball with a mustache.
He's disgusting. He's disgusting. Everything about him is so fucking slimy and gross. And if you guys have never seen there's a documentary on Peacock, and it shows him in prison doing an interview. He's so gross. He's so fucking vile. On July 1st, 1972, 6 months after the murder of Timothy McCoy, John gets married to Carol Hoff, and her and her daughters move into the Gacy home, and John's mother, Marion, moves out into her own apartment because she wanted to, give them their newlywed life. Meanwhile, the body of a 16-year-old boy, who would be the first of many, lay decomposing in the crawl space of 8213 West Summerdale Avenue. And over time, Carol began to notice a stench because this body was in the crawl space.
The usual.
Yeah. But she was assured by John that, it was no big deal. It was just a broken sewer pipe and that he was going to take care of it. The smell continued to get worse, and flies actually began to swarm one of the bedrooms in the home. John apparently fixed this by pouring concrete over Timothy McCoy's body and then spreading lime all over the crawl space, which he would continue to do as the bodies accumulated under the home because, spoiler alert, there was a shit ton of bodies ultimately buried in that crawl space.
Of course there were.
It's so fucking disturbing to me living in a home where there's bodies decomposing. Is that the thought of that? Is that not?
I don't want to think about it, but yeah, I mean, I don't understand how people can. What do
I don't. It's unfathomable. I don't know.
I don't understand how they can stand it. Like I feel
like biologically, like we're wired to be repulsed by the smell of death and a corpse, right?
Yeah.
These people are just living amongst it. Mm-hmm. And I say people like meaning serial killers because like there's other serial killers that have had bodies in their homes, like the, Cookie Monster killer, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know there's some other ones, but
there's plenty
drawing
of
a blank now, but this doesn't bother them.
Yeah.
How does this not bother them?
I don't know, but I will tell you, I had 2 summers ago, dead rabbit in my yard, right?
Oh.
Didn't know it was there. I was like gone for the weekend, came home, and I was like, what is that smell, right?
Yeah.
Well, Jack was still out, so I was like, oh God, I gotta dispose of this.
Yeah.
So just getting close to it was terrible, but when I had to actually like put it in a bag, the smell.
It's bad.
It's like nothing you ever smell. And that was a rabbit. I can't imagine a person in your house.
And at one point there were dozens of corpses in his crawl space.
No, there's not enough lime. I mean, cement maybe, but like there's no.
Like what's so crazy to me is like I'm super sensitive to smells. Like I can't even take a trash bag out in the summer without gagging.
Oh, I've witnessed you with smells.
Mm-hmm. I can look at anything. Okay, things don't visually bother me, but smells, that's another thing. How this woman and her daughters were able to be in that home with the stench of decomposing bodies is beyond all of my comprehension. I would have been ripping that house apart with my bare hands trying to find out what that smell was. Because like no amount of fucking Bath and Body Works candles could cover that shit up.
No.
When I smell something nasty in my house, I am on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on it.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. That
Same. And I have 3 cats. There's some smells that come out of my house.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, and I have a cat too. And when the litter box is ripe,
listen, I scoop my litter almost every morning and every night with 3. I have 3 litter boxes. I have 1 for each cat.
Yeah.
And there's times where I'm like, what? And I have 1 cat that's just a bitch. Like she will not cover it up. It's just
She's
out.
Like, you look at it.
No, sometimes she actually poops out letters. It's crazy.
Are they L's?
Sometimes there's L's. There was an A once. There was a 9. There was a 9, the number 9 once.
Oh my God.
How she got a curl on it?
She's trying to communicate with you, not telepathically, but fecally.
Yes. I was thinking about taking pictures of these and just putting
You could make an alphabet chart out of her poop.
With that, or like a calendar. Like
You could. You could give it to someone you don't like as a Christmas gift.
Cat turd calendar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think people would hate it.
I support it.
Yeah. Anybody would like a cat turd calendar for an enemy, let us know. We can actually put it in
New merch idea.
New merch. We can put it in an envelope with a lot of glitter.
I'm totally kidding.
I'm not. When they open it and the glitter gets everywhere, boom.
You know what, though? Sadly, there is probably a market for that.
Yeah.
There's a market for everything.
Turd calendar with exploding glitter.
Thank you and goodbye.
The end. $1 million idea.
$1 trillion idea.
Maybe $1 million penny idea, but we don't have pennies anymore. So.
Either way, it's lucrative.
Is it? Is it?
You said it is.
Yeah, it is. We're not going to do this, but it's fun to talk about. The end. Sorry, continue. Wayne Gacy. John Gacy.
She's saying that because earlier I started it off and I said John Gacy, and you guys, I don't know. Listen, we're fast recording right now. It was pre-coffee. I'm tired. I'm tired. That's all I'm saying.
She's tired.
Another weird thing about the Gacy house is that Carol and the girls were forbidden to ever enter the garage. And maybe it's just because I'm a nosy bitch.
Mm-hmm.
But if my husband tells me I'm forbidden to enter a room in my own fucking house, best believe the first thing I'm going to do when your ass is out of that house
mm-hmm.
is find a way into that room to see what the fuck you're doing in there.
She would.
I will take a butter knife and pry open that door. I will pry it open with my bare hands.
You
That's
call
how nosy
me.
I am.
I'm low-key really good at breaking into things.
All right. Sounds good.
Boom. You need some help,
You heard it
guys?
here first. You need help with a B&E?
I'm not your girl, but I can show you how to do it with a credit card.
She's not your girl, but she's also your girl.
Yeah, that.
And this reminded me, one of my exes told me I could never be a mafia wife because I ask too many questions and I'm always up in people's business. And fair enough.
That's fair. You would be part of the mafia, not the mafia wife. Like Daddy T would be the mafia husband.
Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
Man, we are digressing hard. I'm sorry.
Because Daddy T wouldn't ask questions.
He wouldn't. He'd just be like, whatever. I'm just going to go play a game. Good day.
So John is settling into married life with his second wife. And he's got his contracting business, painting, decorating, and maintenance, or PDM for short.
Mm-hmm.
And side note, there's actually people out there that still have PDM business cards from years ago that were given to them by John, which is like the coolest piece of murderabilia ever.
That's pretty cool.
It is cool. I know that stuff's controversial, but how cool would it be to have one of those business cards?
Pretty neat. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird, but you know what? You guys are here, so you're fucking weird too.
Yeah, don't judge her.
Don't judge
or
me.
do. She doesn't care.
Yeah. I really don't. But
it's true.
So John's got his PDM contractors business going, and this was actually the perfect ruse to lure in young men and teenagers to John Wayne Gacy. This business gave him full access to a seemingly limitless amount of young men eager to make money. And if you're wondering, because I was wondering, yes, people did think it was weird that John only employed young boys and men. It is weird, right?
It's very weird.
But John rationalized this away by saying that hiring young men was not only cheap, but since they were inexperienced, he could actually mold them into doing work his way because they were clean slates and didn't already have their own way of doing things, which kind of does make sense. Like, I remember being hired in my first paralegal job, and they actually told me that they wanted to hire me because I was a clean slate.
Yeah, I get that.
So, I'll give him that. PDM contractors eventually got so big and made so much money that John was able to leave his job as a cook and focus on his business full time. Little did these boys know that they would actually be unknowingly asked to dig graves for John's victims.
Stop it.
Yeah. And there's actually interviews with some of his former employees who he didn't kill, who remember digging up an area on his property, not knowing that it would later be used for John to dump the bodies into, and then he would cover them up with concrete. And I believe it's in the Netflix documentary series, which I'll link in the show notes. So yeah, he had these boys unknowingly digging graves for him, which is so disturbing.
I wonder if some of them actually dug their own grave.
Oh, that's a good point. Probably.
That's terrifying.
It is. In addition to the business doing really well, John was very active in his community. He was active in the Democratic Party, and at one point was appointed director of the Polish Constitution Day Parade in Chicago, where he met and had those infamous pictures taken with First Lady Rosalind Carter, as in the President of the United States' wife. And what's really funny is in these pictures, John can clearly be seen wearing a government special clearance pin, which is super fucking wild to me considering this asshole did prison time. And now he is taking pictures with political figures. But apparently the Secret Service never thought to run a background check because why the fuck would they? It's not like it's important or anything.
Yeah, 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
Nobody gave a
It's just how we rolled. Also around this time, John joined the Moose Club, which was a fraternity and service organization in Chicago where he joined a clown club.
Oh, man.
And yes, this is where John Wayne Gacy got his nickname, the Killer Clown.
There's clubs of clowns?
Back then. I mean, there probably is now. I don't know.
That's your nightmare.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to digress for a moment. Years ago, when I was with my ex-husband, we lived in a neighborhood with this neighbor who was an absolute dick.
Okay.
Guess what he was?
A clown.
A volunteer clown.
God bless him.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I'm not trying to shit on clowns, but
sometimes they're
if the
dicks.
clown shoe fits, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're on fire today. Like you said, damn.
Thank you.
Yes, queen.
So John had a great time dressing up as his created character, Pogo the Clown. And he called it clowning. Like, even in his interviews, he's like, yeah, I was clowning.
I was clowning.
And what clowning consisted of was dressing up and volunteering at parades, children's events, etc. And some sources, I don't know if this is like really confirmed, but some sources say that he did volunteer work at children's hospitals.
Of course he did.
Mm-hmm. And if you've never seen John Wayne Gacy dressed up as Pogo the Clown, go ahead and take a moment to Google that because it's fucking horrifying.
Or don't. Save yourself.
Yeah.
Now
there's knocking. This is great. This is great.
Yeah.
Anywho. Important to note that professional clowns paint their faces in a way that it's like rounded. The makeup is rounded, which is less scary for young kids. But the way John Wayne Gacy did Pogo the Clown's makeup was like very sharp, jagged edges, which would honestly like scare a grown-ass man, in my opinion.
Let alone a child.
And John loved clowning. And that's how he said it, clowning. He loved it. Famously saying, quote, clowns can get away with murder. He actually said that.
Well, apparently they can't, so.
Well, for a while, he was right.
Yeah.
And a little fun fact, in addition to Pogo the Clown, John also created Patches the Clown. And I feel like everybody knows John Wayne Gacy as Pogo the Clown, but he also had this alter ego named Patches the Clown. And Patches was apparently the more serious one.
Oh, and they had different makeup looks, right?
Yes, because Pogo, wasn't terrifying enough. We had to have Patches as well.
Yeah, we had to have two of them.
Yeah.
Yay.
Also want to add, because this is a very common misconception with John Wayne Gacy, is that he did not dress up in his clown costumes to commit his murders. That is a myth portrayed by the media.
God, could you imagine?
Nope. There's absolutely zero evidence that he killed whilst dressed up as a clown. Not that this makes any of this any better, but I just wanted to clear that up because I'm a facts girly, all right?
Still terrifying, just a little bit less terrifying, maybe? No,
You
still
know what?
terrifying.
John Wayne Gacy might look more terrifying without his clown makeup. Because his face is just, it's real busted.
He's like one of those scrub daddies.
I'm gonna spit out my drink.
Sorry.
Scrub daddy.
Like a scrub daddy that's like old. And like it's been through some shit. Like it's seen some pots that you burnt the mac and cheese to. You know what I'm saying?
I was just going to say, it would be a scrub daddy that you use to scrub a burnt casserole.
Mm-hmm.
Something with noodles in it.
Yeah, that burnt mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Clearly I've done that multiple times.
Yeah, I have as well. You know what? It happens to the best of us.
I'm telling you.
John and his wife Carol were also known to throw huge neighborhood parties with elaborate themes like luau's, and there's even a picture of John dressed up like a fat George Washington. So I'm assuming it was like a Revolutionary War party or something.
So it was just him dressed like George Washington.
There's other dudes dressed up in like Revolutionary.
No. I mean, like you said, a fat George Washington.
Oh yeah, it was just him.
It was just him dressed up like George Washington.
Yeah.
Lord forgive me, because I'm not skinny, but you know, you get it.
Number one, you are skinny, and number two, he is a fucking monster.
Fair.
I don't care about his body image, okay?
Nor should anyone.
But yeah, the Gacys, they were known for their ragers. They had some banging parties.
Okay.
But behind the facade of the perfect family, things were internally unraveling inside the home, as we often see with these cases.
Mm-hmm.
Despite seeming like a loving couple, the marriage was fast deteriorating between John and Carol, mainly because of the fact that they had no sex life, and the fact that it was no secret to anyone, let alone Carol, that John was just not interested in women. He just wasn't.
Well,
he was the weird onk. He was the weird onk.
Everybody's got a weird onk.
Yeah, he liked boys.
Yeah. Ugh.
He liked little boys.
No thanks.
This was a known thing. Okay.
Ugh.
John was also staying out at all hours of the night and rarely coming home, which immediately reminded me of Stephen Pinnell because he did the same thing.
Yep. And cut off nipples.
Ugh.
It's always the nipples.
Carol was finding pornographic material featuring young boys in the home. And at one point, she confronted John after finding belongings of random boys, including several wallets, which caused John to become angry and violent and tell Carol to mind her own business.
Nope.
Yeah, and I wish Carol would have been like, I will not.
Yeah.
Why is this shit in my fucking house? And, you know, I got this really, like, uncomfortable feeling, like, what if it was, like, real pictures?
I mean, it probably was. Realistically.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she might not have looked close enough.
I know.
Or she just didn't want to. She didn't let her mind comprehend what she was actually seeing.
Right. And you want to think the best of your partner, obviously.
Yeah, until you find that shit, and then you better roll out.
Yeah, roll out.
Roll at 10s and 20s. I don't think that's what he says.
Well, it is now. But yeah, for whatever reason, Carol decided to continue the marriage. I don't know why, but
because she's stupid.
Well, and I guess she was probably stuck at that point, but still.
It's got to be scary, too. The whole thing's got to be scary.
Yeah, and this was also in the 70s, so I don't know, that probably factored in, too. But Carol was shocked when, on Mother's Day of 1975, after having sex with John, he told her that not only would that be the very last time that he would ever have sex with her, but also drop the bomb that he was bisexual. And by drop the bomb, I mean, like, drop the, like, obvious bomb. Because,
yeah.
I mean, everybody knew that he was into...
I don't even think he was bisexual. I think he was...
I don't... That's debatable.
Yeah?
I think that... I don't know. I honestly don't know. He insists that he was bisexual. I mean, he did have sex with women.
But was it only his wife that we know of?
His first wife, his second wife.
Oh. Okay.
So I honestly don't know.
All right.
I mean, if we're going by what he says that he was bisexual. But yeah, I'm sure this deep down didn't come as a surprise to Carol.
No way.
Yeah, and this part sucks because, again, it's the 70s. Like, this woman... She was already divorced before she married John. She had 2 kids. She was being taken care of financially because he was doing really well at that point. Like, there was really nowhere for her to go. And many women back then stayed because they had to. Like, shit, there's women that do that now, you know? So I can't really fault her for just trying to keep the marriage going. Like, she was trying to survive.
Yeah.
But little did she know that by that point, John had already claimed the life of yet another boy who to this day remains unidentified. Yeah. And the only details we have about this murder are from John himself. And again, John is a known bullshitter, so take this with a grain of salt. So John says that he has no idea who this boy was, only that he was between the ages of 14 and 18. John violently raped, tortured, and then strangled this young man before hiding his lifeless body in a closet in his home. John later told detectives that the body was, quote, leaking fluids onto his carpet. Yeah. So it was at this point that John decided in his future killings that he would stuff the victims' orifices with their own socks or underwear, whatever he could find. And this was in an attempt to stop the leakage, which is really
a lot of killers
disturbing.
do that.
Yeah.
If they're keeping the bodies, that's fucking disgusting. I can't.
It's vile. It's
I mean, he's vile.
Yeah. And they found this in other bodies as well. So he did this more than once.
Ew.
Yeah. John then had his employees dig a hole for a barbecue pit that he was building in his yard because remember, he always threw these baller ass parties. And John buried this unnamed victim in that pit. He then had parties and barbecued directly over the corpse.
That can't be healthy.
Yeah.
You're cooking meat on top of a dead body.
What about the people that went to these parties and then found out afterwards that they were literally partying on top of a corpse?
I mean, that's some trauma.
A little bit. Yeah.
Unless you just don't think about it, but like...
How can you not think about it?
Imagine all the boys that went to these parties and didn't suspect anything, never got hit on, and just thought he was, you know, the cool uncle type boss, and all of a sudden to find out they could have been a victim.
Mm-hmm. And there are men out there that
I'm sure
that weren't his victims. Yeah. John's third murder was different in the sense that it was someone that could easily be tied back to him. 18-year-old John Butkovich, called Johnny by his parents, was employed by John Wayne Gacy at PDM Contractors. I just want to take this moment to point out that John Wayne Gacy is a contractor. Okay, he has his own contracting business. Mm-hmm. Think back to episode 1 where we discussed the adult male who sexually abused John. Do you remember what he did?
Contractor.
He was a contractor.
Drove him around to different sites and then would take him for ice cream. And wrestle. Stupid fuck. I can't.
And John was big into play wrestling with his victims. Isn't that interesting?
Nope.
It's like he morphed into the very man that abused him.
That happens.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's like a core childhood trauma memory. I've said trauma a lot this episode.
Well, it reminds me of, did you ever watch the movie Inside Out? Where they have core memories and they're the little balls.
I could probably verbatim say that movie. Both of them.
I
one
love
and
that
two.
movie. I love that movie. So like when anything happens like that, I always think of it in aspect like that movie. Like, well, there's a core memory.
Yep.
And especially with my daughter, when something happens, I'm like, oh, the ball dropped. That's a core memory.
Core memory.
But yeah, I mean, I'm sure that and when you're a kid, things are much more traumatic because your brain isn't fully developed. Mm-hmm. So I just found that really, really interesting that he literally morphed into the very same person who caused him all of this trauma. And now he's inflicting all of this trauma on other boys. Interesting, right?
That is interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder how often that happens.
Probably a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Learned behavior.
It's just how, like, you know, people say, this is just like a random thought that popped into my head, but like a lot of like men will say like, I don't want to turn out to be my father, and then they turn out to be exactly like them, abusive, alcoholic, whatever. Mm-hmm. But like they always say like verbatim, I'm never gonna turn into my father, and damned if that's not exactly who the fuck they turn into,
right?
So,
or I don't want to turn into my abuser.
But yeah, back to John Butkovich.
Sorry.
Yeah, John was 18 years old, so you know, technically an adult at that point. Legal adult, but still young.
Yeah.
Still young.
Still a child.
And according to Johnny's parents, he was becoming increasingly unhappy with his boss, John Wayne Gacy, and he no longer wanted to work for him, although he wouldn't say why. I mean, I can only imagine why.
We all know why.
On July 31st, 1975, Johnny's parents reported him missing after his abandoned car was found with keys still in the ignition, and his wallet was also left in the car. So immediately his parents knew something wasn't right.
Yeah.
Like an 18-year-old boy, car's abandoned, keys in the ignition, wallet, money, identification, everything's in the car. That does not look fucking good.
No, 100% not.
Yeah. So Johnny's parents contacted John Wayne Gacy because he was the last one to, technically have seen him. And John actually offered his help to search for Johnny. But he also mentioned that he was sorry that Johnny had run away, which is a really weird conclusion to jump to, because why on earth would an 18-year-old boy run away without his car, his wallet, his money, his ID? Where exactly are you going?
Absolutely nowhere. At least take your cash.
Yeah. There's no way that he ran away.
Mm-hmm.
His parents were certain of that. So, needless to say, the Butkovich family, they were very suspicious of John Wayne Gacy, and they just had a gut feeling that he had something to do with it. And there's nothing like a parent's intuition.
Mm-hmm.
I feel for them. That fucking sucks, because something happened and there's not a fucking thing you can do about it.
Right. You can point blame and tell the police all you want, but there's nothing.
Yep.
Everybody's going to be like, oh, he just ran away.
Well, yeah. And between the time that their son went missing in 1975 and the time of Gacy's arrest in 1978, the Butkovich family had placed over 100 calls to the police department, begging them to investigate John Wayne Gacy, but they were blown off every fucking time.
I hate it.
John Wayne Gacy ultimately did confess to killing Johnny Butkovich, stating that he sat on Johnny to subdue him. And I'm just going to pause for a moment so you can all imagine John Wayne Gacy sitting on you.
His fat chicken ass.
I can't. It's so gross. I better watch myself, because as I said earlier, this
Cursed
is
audio.
Anytime I talk shit, my audio starts going fucking wonky. So
watch my audio.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Don't put that out into the universe.
My audio is going to be perfect.
But he sat on Johnny Butkovich and strangled him to death. And after that, he buried Johnny in the concrete floor of his garage. And apparently, according to John, this was over an argument because Johnny wanted to be paid the money that was owed to him for the work that he had done for PDM contractors, which, I mean, fair enough.
Yeah. You do the work, you pay the person.
That's what you're supposed to do, By this time, the marriage between John and Carol had just completely deteriorated. And by 1976, the couple had divorced. And Carol and her two daughters had moved out of the home on 8213 West Somerdale Avenue. So now that he's divorced and Carol and her daughters are out of the house, John was completely uninhibited and now free to do and kill whomever he pleased, thus beginning his frenzy era. And this is where we will leave off for part 2. And we'll pick back up next week with part 3, when John goes completely off the rails, balls to the wall, insane.
No, I want to hear more.
And we'll talk about his many other victims, as well as his skeezy tactics, how he committed the murders, what he did afterwards, all of the things. And this is probably going to be a 4-parter.
Yay!
I thought it was going to be a 3-parter, but I mean, it's too much.
It's a big one.
It is, yeah. But yeah, I hope you guys all had a great New Year's and holiday. How was your New Year's?
My New Year's was good.
What'd you do?
We hung out at the beach for a little bit.
Ooh,
that's
nice.
Pretty much it. We just relaxed and chilled.
That's
How
awesome.
about y'all?
We went to a New Year's Eve party at my friend's house.
Nice.
It was low-key, but fun.
Did you make a charcuterie board?
I did. I made a very beautiful charcuterie board.
I made my first charcuterie board.
You did?
For my brother-in-law's birthday party.
I want to see pictures.
I didn't take any pictures.
Well, that's...
But I think I did good. And let me tell you, Lidl, however you say it.
I think it's Lidl, but I don't know.
Holy shit.
I've never been there.
They have incredible stuff. Like there's a tart cherry jam or jelly that they have.
Aldi has that too, and it's amazing.
Holy shit. It's so good. And they have right now, it's on their, like, they have that rotating section.
Yeah, like the Aldi Finds aisle.
It's sort of, it's...
Or the seasonal.
Seasonal, yeah. Like, sometimes it's Greek, sometimes it's Mexican, sometimes it's whatever they have in stock. Well, they had walnuts and honey.
Oh.
In, like, whole honey, or I don't know what it was, but they are also phenomenal, and I'll send you a picture.
Yeah, I've been wanting to go to Lidl, but I don't know if I have any by my house. Do I? I'll have to look.
You do.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll have to go.
You got to go to the Lidl. It is my shit. Make sure you download the app.
Okay, I will. I mean, Aldi's like literally right down the street from me, so I'm usually at Aldi, but the whole Aldi culture is kind of irritating me.
Why?
Because it used to be not cool to shop at Aldi, right? It was like poor people shopped at Aldi.
Yeah.
So when Aldi came like in my area, I was there all the time and there was like never anyone there. Now, I mean, and it's also like the state of our country too, like everybody's fucking struggling.
Yeah.
But now everyone goes there. So the stock has like really gone down. So you have to go there like pretty early in the morning or you're not going to get anything. The lines are always crazy.
Always crazy.
It's just insanity. And the last time that I went, I mean, the line was like halfway towards the back of the store.
Wow.
It's insane.
Are there self-checkouts at yours?
There are, but it's all one line. And then it like disperses into,
That sucks. See, ours has 3 different self-checkout like lines and then a person to check them out.
Well, that's nice.
And the lines are still long, but not that long. Damn.
Yeah. So, I mean, I miss the days where Aldi was uncool.
Yeah.
So back to New Year's. What's your New Year's resolution?
So I try to not make New Year's resolutions.
Yeah, I don't either.
I just don't do it.
Yeah.
I probably should make one, like not eat so much sugar.
I do like a loose one every year. Like nothing too crazy because, you know, I'm not into like making unrealistic goals. But my New Year's resolution / goal for the year is to not be so lazy. I was super lazy last year.
You know what? Maybe that'll be mine too.
Yeah.
Can it be a conjoined goal?
Yeah.
And my, you know what mine is? Mine is to figure out how to market this podcast.
I was just going to say, I told Alicia that in 2026, we have to sit down and have a meeting and come up with a game plan because we have gotten a lot of like messages and people saying like, hey, your podcast is at the level where you should like try to monetize and like put yourselves out there. And we really didn't do that much in 2025. I think we were just trying to like
keep our head above water.
Yeah. Because it is a lot of work. But now that we're doing pretty well, I think we need to start coming up with a marketing plan. So yeah, if anyone has any suggestions, let us know.
If anybody out there has a podcast of their own and like is even fluent in affiliations, like we can even start there. Like we have an Amazon affiliate account.
Yeah, we do.
We haven't started it yet though. Like we've started it, we just haven't done the links, you know?
Yeah, we have to have a meeting. We have to have a come to Jesus meeting about our podcast.
Amen.
Yeah, we have to go to the church of the Ghosty Girls podcast.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. So
next meeting of the minds, I'll have a list together and we will not be lazy and I will get shit done.
Yeah, the next step is actually fucking scheduling it.
Friday.
Sounds good. Friday
after work.
Yeah, after work on Friday. Sounds good.
Boom. Look, it's scheduled. Look at us go.
2026, the year of getting shit done and not being lazy.
And I'm going to try to walk once a week.
Oh, once a week?
Minimum.
You're going to walk once a week?
I'm going to walk once a week, minimum.
She's going to leave the couch once a week.
It's true.
Well,
My
you're
ass
here.
is going to be so tight.
Oh my God. What was your favorite Christmas present that you got?
Honestly, a butter dish.
A butter dish?
All I wanted was a stupid ass butter dish, and I love it so much. Because I've never had a butter dish before, right?
Really?
This is adulting.
You should have told me.
No, my butter lived in a Ziploc bag, right? So now
that's not surprising because your makeup lives there as well.
I'm a fan of Ziploc.
Yeah.
Okay, sponsor us. Also, Chili's. We haven't mentioned you in a while. We still love you. It's a butter dish, and it's ceramic, and it has a red octopus on it.
Oh, that's
like
cool.
a kraken.
That's cool.
It's super cute.
Aww.
And it's on Amazon, so if I can get the affiliate link up,
there you go.
I'll post it.
There you go.
Boom.
Boom.
What was your favorite Christmas gift?
Daddy T got me a hot pink Nespresso machine. And it's amazing. I've learned how to make lattes and like do the foam and everything.
Yeah.
So fun. It will get you in trouble though because the pods are kind of expensive.
They are.
And I shouldn't even say kind of expensive. They're expensive. Yeah. So it's definitely a luxury item. I think I'll probably use my Keurig more. But if I'm feeling fancy.
Yeah. Is it a Virtuosa?
Yes.
The bigger ones?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have some at home that you can cut this out, but I have some at home that I don't like. That's the Starbucks vanilla. Because you know me, I don't like sweet coffee.
Oh, Starbucks vanilla.
Often.
I would love that.
Yeah. Do you want that?
Do you have an espresso?
I have an espresso.
You didn't tell me that.
Well, I don't think it's as fancy as yours.
Oh,
Mine just has the big pods, and all I make is actual espresso with it.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha.
I get mine on Amazon.
Nice.
But yeah,
if you don't like
remind me.
Okay.
But I don't like the vanilla. I want to.
I love vanilla. But yeah, again, I hope that everyone had a good holiday, a good New Year's. I wish good things for everyone. And we'll see you next Tuesday with part 3 of John Wayne Gacy. And hopefully the audio isn't fucked up next time. I don't fucking know. Maybe it will be.
Don't be one.
Yeah, we'll see you next Tuesday. Don't be one.
Don't be one.
Bye.
Or do. Don't be lazy. Goodbye. Love you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.